Hey, Spino, I don't man cause someone called Dr. Bao. This guy's got look, you know, say Dr. Ban is the best when it comes to bone issues. Think as I'm saying. Well, Doctor, please, you came to look for Dr. Ban, isn't it? This is not the right place.
Well, he brought us here.
Listen to me. I am taking you to Dr. Ban.
So a higher bar here about hospital. Now, no pass some say you be a few three so busy when I say. You shame your winning in two I say. Mammy, dear, and I'm over Bumway and the Ukutapuma, who sees ya chia. Ukutu J, when I'm on this crack. Man, you can't say. Papa, you can't say. The Kutu J and no one be coming. Bow or why, you entitled to be a movie. Bawo wa kotodwe yebe tu ase amanigye awie peye enti mesre dia wonsa ene yiyi wani da so nyina asa ewuma na ya ka hye mesre wa kobobo na asa wonam wa ma taisa pawa ne gbogusi pen brana ye de ye ntwe ye de ahaban keke na beto so nyankopa dom aban beto so a nkasa ni nompe na etete na eha adwene nyina no Yankopa duni nyina betwa ama ndompe ni nyina aye kama.
Papa actually. Papa. Papa is working. No. Papa is working.
Herbal Hospital. Specialists in every kind of wound disease. Spinal cord, swelling of the arms, arthritis, bone injury, swelling of the leg with reddish color around it, and so on.
Ediana teti wo, ediana ma wura wo, ediana mo we need aswasa, ba wo ho a, and da so ho. Ba ye wa kra ye was Spintex Road 18 Junction. Kumase ye wo atonsu agogo government hospital na nimu a. Ye na be si legwa si freye. Adie bi e kire wadwena na se yerewo bi etete ubia no ye beboa ma ye go nyina ase atu ama nkunimde awie peye ma me emfa ho ne ba bi a wo firi ba papa no kwasam se ene wiase fa na nyina ni Nigeria ne Ghana ha ene ba bi obi a wo ne bi fra brochire bi firi he e ba ba so ye enti ba bi a wo no panifo se adidie kwan nwa ba bi a wo bia fo wani kire ba ya so ye ha na wo ya so ha sebio nya fe ne kwabrane ba betwe wo nan ne tenten bia maame papa ye de ahaban keke ena nyankopɔ adom ye de beto so na numpe ne nkasa ne ba bia cheche bia na betete ne nyina kama ba achamfo ba yarwena wejare
Ba Herbal Clinic fifi ye kira kwan wo Kumase atonso Agogo Hospital. The Ghana Celebrity Impact Awards, GCIA, is an annual award ceremony that recognizes and celebrates the outstanding contribution and impacts of Ghanaian individuals, corporate entities, and celebrities. It celebrates Ghanaian philanthropy, promotes social responsibility, empower youth and community development, and celebrate achievements in giving back to society, thereby fostering national pride and unity. Here are the nominees for Impact in Education Award category. Newmont Ghana Gold Limited, MTN Ghana Foundation, Olam Ghana, Telecel Ghana Foundation, B5 Plus Limited, Nestle Ghana, Ghana Commercial Bank, Ghana National Gas Company, Ghana Investment Promotion Council, GIPC, Pebi Corps. To vote for Impact in Education, go to www.GhanaCelebrityImpactAwards.com. For enquiries and table reservations, call 053-755-0058 or 053-753-5390. The Ghana Celebrity Impact Awards is brought to you by Visa King, GCIA, celebrating the spirit of giving back. GCIA says
Hi viewers, current affairs, history, English, sports and more. Introducing the Metro King Show. Ghana took its name from the Ghana Empire, an ancient empire that inhabited nearly land centuries ago. What does the word Ghana mean?
Old Ghana.
That's wrong. Samuel, what's your answer?
Airland.
That's also wrong. In which region of Ghana is Uni Valley located?
Western region.
More Momo for your pockets. Samuel, what does Accra mean?
Accra means ant.
Ant. Correct answer. Over to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Metro King Show.
Titans and Trailblazers is brought to you by the MNC Group.
Welcome to a brand new spin-off from Titans and Trailblazers, a spin-off we call Sanitation Titans. Now, why is this spin-off so important? Because issues around environmental management, sanitation management, managing waste, learning how to segregate our waste. In fact, cleanliness from individual to organizational to country level is crucial for having a better quality of life. The famous Deepak Chopra said that when it comes to issues around sanitation, although we take it for granted, sanitation is a fiscal measure that has probably done more to increase human lifespan than any kind of drug or surgery. So sanitation is so crucial. So welcome to the maiden edition of Sanitation Titans. We'll be back again with more. Stay tuned.
Whether you're a wholesaler, retailer, or consumer, MNC Logistics and Trading is your trusted partner in minerals and food commodities trading. Experience the difference with MNC Logistics and Trading for your commodities trading. We operate a well-equipped laboratory that smelts and assays gold to ensure transparent, credible, and reliable minerals transactions. Our general food commodity market deals with imports and exports of food products such as rice, sugar, and grains. We pride ourselves on delivering products that meet the highest standards of quality and taste. With our expertise in international trading and logistics, we bridge customers far and wide. Locate us at number 4 Neosai Interfo Avenue, East Legon, Accra. Call us on 030-299-8246 or visit our website www.mnclogisticsandtrading.com. MNC Logistics and Trading, hub of confidence.
MNC Group is a leading investment holding company with expertise in minerals and food commodity trading, precious minerals refinery, real estate development, and logistics and energy. With individually registered companies, our headquarters is located in Accra, Ghana, with operational offices in Dubai, UAE, Hong Kong, and Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, Virginia in the USA, and Milan, Italy. We connect business markets and drive growth. Trust us to maximize value in every deal. Call us on 0302-551-917 or 0302-551-918 or send us an email mncgroup@mncgroupgh.com. MNC Group, totally reliant.
Welcome back to Sanitation Titans, and since this is our maiden edition, I've chosen to do my initial monologue on a book, which is also the maiden book in our fascinating Palgrave Macmillan series, Palgrave series of marketing in emerging economies. And the book is called Green Marketing in Emerging Markets, Strategic and Operational Objectives. Now, I did a quick check this morning before I came to the studio, and this book has been downloaded 84,000 times. So if you haven't downloaded it yet from the Palgrave Macmillan website, you are late. But don't worry, that's why today I'm come to tell you about the book, how wonderful it is, and how, whether you're in finance or marketing or human capital, or you're a sustainability practitioner or scholar, you need to rush and get a copy of this book. The book is entitled Green Marketing in Emerging Economies, Strategic and Operational Perspectives. So what is green marketing? Green marketing is simply the practice of promoting products and services that are environmentally friendly or have a positive impact on the planet, incorporating sustainability principles into various aspects of marketing, such as product design, packaging, and messaging. I can tell you without fear of being contradicted that if, for instance, you are a marketing practitioner listening to me, it probably has never occurred to you that the institution you work for might need a green marketing plan or a green marketing approach. Probably has never occurred to you. Now, green marketing is so crucial because it involves, again, developing and promoting products and services based on their environmental sustainability. So if you are in marketing, you are the MD of an institution, for instance, before you go into green marketing, you must understand fundamentally issues around sustainability practices, how environmental management and being green has a positive effect on consumers, issues around carbon emission, carbon footprints, and reducing same, issues around how to implement appropriate waste disposal practices. All those things totally matter. So let me start the monologue by reading you what we wrote in the preface. We argue that green marketing this book provides theoretical and practical insights into how businesses in emerging economies can integrate green objectives into their activities to achieve sustainable outcomes. We argue that green marketing is a multifaceted tool that must be integrated and be assimilated across all organizational areas and activities if your organization or institution is going to achieve long-term benefits. So in this edited book, this edited collection, we address issues around the conceptualization of green marketing and strategic operationalization of this concept in emerging markets. So we argue again that sustainable business practices are crucial to achieving the SDGs 2020, and the more organizations invest in sustainable practices such as green marketing, the more beneficial it will be for the socio-economic environment. We argue ultimately that green marketing is a strategic response to social, economic, and environmental problems of unsustainable business practices, and the trajectory towards green marketing is so that we can better manage marketing from a sustainability perspective. In this book, we argue that the empirical and conceptual discussions will be beneficial to managers, owners of businesses, policymakers, and also to marketing scholars. The application and implementation of strategic and operational green marketing activities in emerging markets are actionable from this book's perspective, and it makes for a better society at large. In chapter 1 of the book, the editors provide an introduction, and I edited this book with my friend Dr. Chipo Mukonza, who at the time of this book was based in South Africa. I think he's moved to the UK now, Professor Ogechi Adiola, who at the time of this book was at the Lagos Business School, she's now at the University of Kigali. Isaiah, who's in Nigeria, Emmanuel Mogaji, who currently is at the University of Kent in the UK, and Eka Kenkegis, who is a professor in Turkey in the Istanbul Kent University. So we as editors provided the introductory chapter to the book, which is entitled Green Marketing and Introduction. In chapter 2, John Molepe and Thanyani, they write a chapter entitled Green Business Practices in Emerging Economies. In chapter 3, Nathaniel Newman, who was my doctoral student, scripted a chapter entitled Green Marketing, a Conceptual Overview. Then in chapter 4, Andrews Ejayali and Kojo Kakrachum write a chapter entitled Green Consumer Behavior. In chapter 5, Vishal Kumar Lahiri and Anaruddha Malik, they author a chapter entitled Consumer Behavior for Green Products in India. Then in chapter 7, Kojo Chum and Andruyale again co-author a chapter called Green Integrated Marketing Communication. In chapter 7, Professor Makitha, who in the last few days became dean at the business school, I think in the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. When she wrote this book, she was in Pretoria. She authored a book chapter called Green Product Management, an Emerging Market Perspective in South Africa. In chapter 8, Beck Kukuk-Carlton authored a chapter called Green Initiatives in Logistics, Social Responsibility, a research on the Turkish logistics industry. Then chapter 9 is greenwashing. How difficult is it to be transparent to the consumer? And it looks at an H&M case study. Chapter 10 was a chapter entitled Green Marketing, Orientations and Firm Performance in Nigeria, a literature review. Chapter 11 looked at opportunities and challenges of green marketing. Then chapter 12 closes out the book by discussing emerging trends in the green marketing space, implications for theory, practice, and policy formulation. My dear listeners, and those of you watching the show, in an age of rising global temperatures, surging population growth, rapid industrialization across places like Africa, Asia, and Latin America, the concept of green marketing, trust me, is not just a buzzword, but it has become an urgent economic and ethical imperative. So what we do in this book is to provide you what we consider a timely and transformative narrative, which is a clarion call to businesses, policymakers, development professionals, and management scholars to rethink traditional marketing paradigms and embrace sustainability as a core business value, especially in economies that are undergoing major transitions. So in this book, we are saying that look to adopt green marketing strategies. And then we are going deeper again to say that for emerging economies where the consequences of climate change, pollution, and unsustainable industrialization are very much felt, the stakes are much higher, and therefore green marketing is an absolute imperative. Now, one of the most impressive features of this book is that it takes a multi-dimensional approach. You can see from the chapters I read that it touches on many facets of green marketing practice. So we take both a strategic and an operational perspective. Now, this bifocal lens allows readers to understand the high-level importance of things like green branding, corporate responsibility, stakeholder engagement, while also diving deep into the nitty-gritty of things like green logistics management, green communication, consumer behavior issues, and then even issues attendant to product lifecycle management. So it's so important that you get a copy of this book, because in terms of developing and drawing a green marketing strategy. You have enough pointers in the book to do that. Now, if again you want to focus on green consumer behavior to understand what motivates consumers in emerging markets to purchase eco-friendly products, this book is your go-to book. If you want to understand green marketing communications, how to design promotional messages that are truthful, engaging, and socially relevant while avoiding the problem of greenwashing, this is your go-to book. If you want to understand how supply chain systems can reduce the environmental impact through smarter transportation, packaging, and storage solutions, this is your book. If you want to understand how to avoid greenwashing, this is your book. Look, this book is a book you must definitely get. And I think it's an excellent introduction to a new spin-off from Titans and Trailblazers, which is Sanitation Titans. So get a copy, and we'll be right back with more of Titans and Trailblazers, the new spin-off, which is Sanitation Titans. Stay tuned. We'll be back again very, very soon.
MGO Logistics and Supply is your trusted partner, providing seamless solutions for all your procurement needs. From sourcing products to managing imports and exports, we ensure smooth and efficient transactions every step of the way. Whether you require goods from across the globe or need assistance in exporting your products to international markets, we got you covered. General trading is at the heart of our expertise. We specialize in a wide range of products, catering to various industries and markets. As a trusted dealership in building materials, we provide high-quality products that meet the demands of our construction projects. Additionally, we act as manufacturers' representatives, connecting producers with distributors. Our expertise in logistics is the backbone of our operations. We plan and execute transportation and delivery of goods, ensuring they reach their destination on time and in optimal condition. MGO Logistics and Supply, guaranteed satisfaction.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. With MNC Properties, property sales, rentals, and management is a walk in the park. We believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 to 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We offer flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs, plus litigation-free lands in vibrant and upscale communities that presents the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 0302 55. One.
the National Sanitation Day is with us again. The Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, in collaboration with the Jospon Group of Companies, organized the National Sanitation Day, and this is going to be held every first Saturday of the month. And I appeal to our chiefs and traditional leaders to join this project. As you already are aware, our traditional leaders are the custodians of the land, and when they are part of this project, is going to urge the citizenry to also take up the mantle of keeping the environment clean. Also, we appeal to the various leaders, the Market Women Association, the Queen Mothers Association, the GPRTU, the Protua, that everybody should come on board. Very soon we'll be going to Kro to celebrate the Easter, and these are occasions that people generate a lot of waste, and we appeal to everybody to come on board to help clean our environment and make sure that we live in a healthy lifestyle. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Sanitation Titans. You know, when I started my marketing and sales career in 1996, I went to sell air conditioners at trade fair. And then I was moving around, and I used to think that everything was good theory. After being in marketing for about 30 years, I know there's a difference between experience and MBA marketing. Today, we start Sanitation Titans with somebody who has been in the sanitation game for nearly 3 decades. So this is not coming from that sustainability book I'm releasing in 3 months. This is coming from his stomach, and he went to Ibuakwa State College as well. So Mr. Kwete Samson, welcome to Sanitation Titans, sir.
Thank you very much.
So please tell us about yourself. What have you been up to in the last 30 years?
Thank you very much. I started working in the then West Gunja district.
Correct.
Which comprises of Central Gunja and North Gunja, Central Gunja, West Gunja, and North Gunja for now. Initially, they were all in one district. It was called West Gunja.
West Gunja, yes.
Yes, in the northern region. Now in the Savannah region.
Correct.
Then in the northern region, now in Savannah region. Then from there, I moved to the northern region, to Tamale, as the director for waste management department, which was set up to manage wastes within the Tamale metropolis. From there, I moved to Accra as to the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources when it was set up to support the officers that were there, and would have been moved to Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs.
Okay. So about 10 years ago, we had the blessing of the National Sanitation Day. It looks like it's coming back, and we are all so excited that it's coming back. Please, why should we be excited that it's coming back?
Thank you very much. National Sanitation Day is coming back, like you said, and we should be excited because it's a process where we can get a healthy and clean environment if we all put our hands on deck. Because the idea is that you are part of waste generation, and you should be part of the management of the waste. Once you generate waste, you should be thinking of how the waste is managed, and we should be part of that particular system. So we should all be prepared and be happy that we're coming out with this particular program again for people to own it and be part of it.
People say funny things like, oh, but if I don't throw the ball away, how will Zoom Lion get work? And so they are irresponsible in the way they handle waste, and they almost behave as if I drop you, you come and pick. Please, what do you have to say to such people?
Thank you very much. It's been a serious problem in this country in that direction. People throw, like you said, people throw waste. You try to ask them to pick, and they will tell you, if I don't do it, what will you get to do? Forgetting that at the end of the day, when there's a problem, it will affect you. In recent times, there have been a lot of series of flooding. In 2015, I think it's in June or July, we had a serious flooding in this country, which took a number of people, a lot of property were lost. If we were to take care of our sanitation very well, I don't think that will happen because people dump waste in the drain. They dump openly. When it rains, it gets it finds its way into the various drain, get into the storm drain, and reduce the carrying capacity of the drain. For that matter, when it rains, the runoff, the drain is not able to take care of the runoff that is coming. So once it's not able to take care, it has to find its way. And that is where it comes into people's houses and starts destroying things. So if you say you are not part of it, at the end of the day, you're part of it. If you decide that you are not part of it today, and there are stagnant waters around, it will breed mosquito. Mosquitoes have no bounds. They will come to your various houses and deal with you, and you get sick. Instead of you using the money for some other good thing, you will be using the money to go to the hospital. And you also have, let government spend more money.
Exactly.
Because when you are sick, it's not you alone who is spending the money. Government has to build the facilities, get the drugs and other things in place for you to go to the hospital and get your health well. But if you are able to make sure that the waste that you generate, you keep it, manage it very well, some of these things will be out of the way. Recently, you've been hearing we have cholera. Cholera simply means that you've eaten some feces or something somewhere. And if we don't do open defecation and we visit at the various toilet facilities that we have, how can you get these things happening to us? It wouldn't happen. So we need to take care of our lives, make sure that whatever waste that we generate, being feces, being solid waste, we generate the thing and we make sure that it is managed properly so that it doesn't have any negative effect on us.
You know what's shocking about your answer? You went to pass through disease, health, came to hospitals, government to spend money. There's a famous quote from Deepak Chopra that says, although we take it for granted, sanitation is a physical measure that has probably done more to increase human lifespan than any kind of drug or surgery. So the health thing is very important, isn't it?
Very, very important. Because if you go to the hospital now, the OPD, I think about 60% of the OPD cases are sanitation related.
Wow.
So if we're able to work well on our sanitation and change our behavior and attitudes towards sanitation, then we'll be reducing the cost of.
So when you are driving that $170,000 V8 and you throw the rubbish into the drain, you are causing sickness. That's what you're saying.
Serious. You are causing very serious problem because the drains will flood. Rains will come. And you know, rains, we cannot do anything about rains. It will come. It's a natural phenomenon. It will come. And once it comes and we don't have the facilities to take it out of the place, it will flood. And when it floods, it will come into your various houses and cause havoc.
Okay. So as we relaunch and reintroduce the National Sanitation Day, in your mind, who should carry the message? Is it market queens? Is it trotro drivers, pastors, imams? Who should be involved in carrying the message across? Because I know the minister and the president will launch it.
Yes.
After they launch it, what should we do?
Everybody should be involved. Okay. Because it's something that affects everybody. So we expect that everybody should be involved. Growing up in the villages, you realize that the chief will get up one day and ask somebody to beat a gong-gong. We're going for communal labor, which was very, very effective. So this time we're bringing back those things. The minister is engaging the traditional leaders and the religious leaders to take it up seriously. We want ownership. Everybody should be part of the system and own it. Because once you own the system, then it means you are prepared to be part of it. And once you take part of it, you also be able to caution somebody who is not doing the right thing. And once we are able to do all these things, we'll be able to manage the waste very well so that at least the havoc that is being causing will reduce.
Let's focus on Christians for now because Sunday is Palm Sunday. After that, we go to Good Friday. Then we go to He is Risen Indeed. Then we go to Ajabe on the evening. We go and big drum with dancing. So for this Easter, what's your message in terms of getting the churches to preach the message of sanitation?
Like I said earlier on, we're engaging the traditional leaders, the religious leaders, the Muslims, the Christians. We're trying to engage them so that at least as they go to the various mosques and the various churches, they will preach the gospel of sanitation to the people.
Okay.
So that at the end of the day, when the people come out, the people get to their homes, they'll be prepared to clean. In most cases, people clean. They clean just their homes. Where do they dump? The communities, there are areas that don't belong to anybody. Yes. There are open spaces that are within the communities. Who goes there to clean? They don't go. They clean just in their house and maybe the surroundings. But this time I want people to come out and clean the communities that they live in, the open spaces, the markets, the lorry parks. Get out there, let's clean, and take this refuse to a final disposal site. You as an individual cannot take it to a final disposal site.
That's correct.
So we're bringing all the assemblies on board.
Correct.
We bring all service providers on board. We have a group that we call Environmental Service Providers Association.
ESPA.
The ESPA. And they are the people doing this work already in the system.
Correct.
The assemblies have zoned their jurisdiction into various areas, and they're giving to them to collect waste and collect money. We are bringing them on board to make their trucks available, so that at least once that day, when the refuse is collected, they will take it to the final disposal site.
And take care of it.
At the final disposal sites, we have a number of disposal sites. We have some integrated recycling facilities. We have some landfills.
Correct.
And once it gets there, the management of those facilities will take care of it.
Okay, so are that integrated sites, so companies like Zoom Lion?
Yeah, it's mainly, Zoom Lion has a number of them, quite a good number of them.
Okay.
There are some that are small.
Okay.
Some of the Jekora has smaller ones.
Okay.
Others are also trying to see what they can do. So once it gets to these places, for the recycling facilities, they will take the valuables.
Indeed.
And we've been saying that waste is a resource.
It is.
It is a
Waste
resource.
is gold.
So once it gets to those places, they will take the valuables, the plastics, the metals, the papers. And let me tell you that in this country, we generate waste, and the waste we generate, about 60% of the waste is organic.
Okay.
Which can be turned into compost.
Okay.
So if we're able to turn into compost, we can use it for farming, which will also improve the agri sector. So what we're trying to do is get these things, and the recycling facilities will take care of these things, turn the organic into compost. The recyclables, what they do is that they work on the plastics, the metals, and they send it to institutions that need them, and they recycled further. But for the organics, it will turn into compost, and we can bring it back to the system and use for agri within the various.
I think in the context of the Jospon Group, they have companies like ACAP and KCAP,
Yes.
Namako.
Yes. As I speak now, it's like they have they're trying to build 16 integrated recycling facilities across the country, one in every region. But as I speak, I think we have in place about 14 working.
Okay.
Working, yes. And what they are doing is that they collect the waste, they recycle them into the various components. And so that at least whatever will be left to go to the landfill will be very small.
Okay.
Because me and you know that land is very scarce these days.
Very
and
much,
to get
very
land
much.
for every period, you finish with this landfill, you need to get another land for a landfill, will be very difficult. So we're looking for a value addition facility so that at the end of the day, whatever goes to the landfill is something small. So you don't need that big land to be able to go there. And even if you get the land, it will be able to accommodate quite a good quantity in terms of what is being sent to that place.
What do you think the minister would like to see if this campaign works? 3 or 4 things you'd like to see. I guess behavior change will be one big one.
Very big.
We should all repent.
Yes, we should all repent, and we should all put our hands on deck, prepared to be part of this exercise. Okay. He'll be very glad when he sees the cities and towns clean.
Correct.
When you drive around and you see the cities and town clean, people have changed their behavior. People own the program.
Do you know this has a bearing on tourism as well?
It is. It was one of the things I'm coming to, because if the city is clean, people will be prepared to come in.
I agree.
People go to Dubai, not just, if it's dirty, who will go there?
No one.
But because the place is clean, everybody wants to go to Dubai and have a look at the place. Tourists move around. Look at our coast. We started cleaning the coast, and we saw that there were a lot of foreigners walking along the coast. Yes. And once the place is very clean, people are prepared to come. The aesthetics is very important, and once people see that the place is clean, they are prepared to visit the place, and there will be some income to the country. So these are all some of the things that we need to be looking at, and make sure that we clean our environment for us to also gain.
So the benefits are not just health-wise, they're also economic.
No, there's economic benefits where a lot more people would like to do business in a clean environment. That is one thing. And people will come for tourism, and that will also bring some money. I mean, the person selling cocoa by the roadside, you see them going there, they'll buy cocoa and akala. Do their own thing.
To
Sometimes when they see people along the street and they are selling things, they want to also taste. So they will buy something.
That's true.
You see, if you have programs and you get foreigners coming, at the end of the day, they will spend money.
That's true.
I quite remember we had a program and when we're talking to the people, said, as you've come, visit the various places in Ghana. There are a lot of tourists visit. And also spend money. Spend your money in this country. The idea is that look at the place and spend money. But if the place is dirty, nobody would like to go in there. So we need to look at this very seriously and see how we can all support this exercise. So that at the end of the day, we can also say that, yes, I was part of this particular success.
So let's take it from an educational perspective now. You know, there are primary schools. I remember 2 days ago, I was going somewhere and I just felt like I should go to my old school. So I went to Richard. This is a school I left 40 years ago, and I went to encourage the children. So what can you say about primary, secondary, universities? How can we champion the message?
I think when we were in Ministry of Sanitation, we had some collaboration with Ministry of Education.
Okay.
Trying to look at the possibility of having a curriculum on sanitation in the various schools.
Correct.
I think we need to revisit that particular concept so that at least the education institutions will also have something on sanitation right from the beginning.
Yes.
There's a saying that catch them young. The issue is that if we're able to inculcate this habit into them, it will be difficult for them to change. If you go to a place like Singapore and you drive in and you drop somebody, a kid can come.
Yeah.
You
don't do that.
You don't do that here. Exactly. You can't even spit.
No, you can't.
So these are some of the things we need to be doing. Once we're able to educate the children right from the beginning, then as they grow, it will be part of them. And once you do the negative thing, they will be able to tell you. Even if you're working with them as a dad, they will tell, Daddy, this thing, you don't have to do this. Just pick it.
That's true.
And you have to pick it. So we're trying to look at the education aspect where we'll talk to the education ministry to say, as the curriculum that is being developed, some sanitation aspects will come in there. And it's something that is very, very important for us to do.
Okay. But to carry this message further, private sector partnership too will be useful.
That's why we are here.
Okay.
I'm sitting here to talk to I'm discussing with you, but a lot more people are here.
That's true.
And
That's true.
What the minister did was to engage the media.
That's true.
And the idea is that you give us the chance to come to your media houses to talk. In most cases, even if we are not there, like we've had discussions with you, when you start your program, you talk a bit about the National Sanitation Day, and lots more people will hear. When you give us a chance, we also come and explain. You ask us questions like we're doing, we explain to the general public. But the major thing is that everybody should be prepared to participate in the exercise. There will be a date that will be fixed, and it's coming in May.
In May, okay.
Yes, the date will be given out, and we expect that everybody should be prepared to participate. The program will be launched by His Excellency, the President of the Republic.
Okay.
Supported by the Minister for Chieftaincy, Local Government, Chieftaincy, and Religious Affairs. And we expect that everybody should come on board and let's clean this country and sustain it. Cleaning is just not a one-day affair. We need to see how we can sustain it going forward. So we're putting a lot of structures in place so that we can sustain it. We'll continue with this engagement for quite some time so that at least people will own this process. What we're trying also to do is that the various municipalities that we'll be working in, we're working in all the 261 municipalities and there are 16 regions of this country. What we're trying to do is to come out with some incentive programs.
Correct.
Where we'll be awarding the various municipalities who do very well.
We should have a municipality league table.
League table. That is one key thing that we haven't. In the northern region, we started with some league table, but I think we need to cut it across the whole country where we have a league table. When you're in the northern, it used to be at the Regional Coordinating Council.
Correct.
So when an MP is coming to the RCC, that's the first thing he will see at the gate.
Correct.
So he will see that his district is almost last. The first thing he does is when he gets to the town, he's going to the assembly to find out why you were last.
Exactly.
He will call the chief executive, call the coordinating director and find out, and that is what we're going to do.
That is it.
Place the thing there at the various regions and even at the national.
That's
so
right.
you come as an MP, you see that your city, or your community, or your constituency getting last, what happened? And you get back to your people and find out why they were last.
That's true.
And that will, I think, will help a lot.
And we should be announcing it to every quarter.
Yes, we'll be announcing it to the general public for people to know that you've not done well. We're also going to incentivize people. Correct. The idea is that once you do some of the best metropolis will be awarded, the best municipality will be awarded, there you go. The best district will also be awarded. The idea is that we want people to own it and take pride and be prepared to do more on that. You see, when you are doing something and there's a pat on your back, you're prepared to do more.
I agree.
That is what we're trying to do, and the minister is prepared to award people, and if you don't do well, we'll deal with you.
But it means your doors must be very open, because tourism will be knocking, finance will be knocking. Anything that builds a better economic platform, I think everybody will be happy with you. I think
the doors are already open.
They're already
the minister
knocking.
is always meeting people. Okay. The minister is meeting various groups. Okay. And it's not that you go, you're looking for minister and you need to go and we walk in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he will ask you
it's
to
an
come.
Open door minister.
Come, walk in, discuss the issues with him. Walk into the chief director's office. This is the issue. What do we do? Then give you the advice. Then you move on. So it's not that you need to join a long queue before you go. It's a walking system where you can always come with the issues so that at least we can discuss. Sometimes I sit in my office and somebody would knock. Oh, I've been asked to come. So what is the issue? So I have a proposal on sanitation and I want us to discuss it. Please sit.
Excellent.
Then we discuss the issue.
Okay.
If it's something that we need to take care of it, we take care of it immediately. If we need to get you to a particular assembly, we do that, because in terms of sanitation, the collection and transport, the implementation of the sanitation itself rests with the municipal assemblies.
Okay.
Be it as metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies.
Absolutely.
We normally do policies, training, and some backstopping, but at the end of the day, we need to support the MMDAs to be able to function on some of the things that they are doing. At
executive level, maybe you must also consider maybe a one-year MSc in sanitation and environment, because that will also sell. You don't only have to train the people in the assembly. The policymakers too, they can get a refresher. I think it will be useful. So some universities may have it, but I don't know whether that is something you'll be interested in as well, because whilst you are training from nursery school, some of the older people too might need some training. What are your thoughts?
I think it's very, very good, because there is a school, that the ministry has a school. Institute of Local Government Studies.
Oh, yes,
yes. Some of these courses. And even the School of Hygiene is now doing BSc.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, now School of Hygiene are doing BSc. The Accra School of Hygiene is doing BSc in environmental sanitation.
Excellent.
So these are courses that are coming on board.
Excellent.
And with the Local Government Training Institute is also trying to come out various courses that the people can also attend once you are, and then you feel you should go in there, you can attend.
I've been interacting
get to a point where you realize that the most senior people will find it difficult doing a classroom for 1 year.
No,
so some short courses, some short courses, or in the evenings or weekends, so that at least they will be able to attend.
You know, in the UK nowadays, you can have a 1 year MSc, but you take it in short courses. So you don't go to school for a year. Good. You take it like a module. Then once you reach a certain acceptable threshold, we give the degree. So we can come up with some modular system.
I think it would be good.
It will be good.
It will be good. Once the schools of hygiene are starting the MSCs, I think we need to look at some of these things, the modular. BSCs and the MSCs, look at the modular and see how it can go.
Okay. So our time is up, but I understand one of the major taglines or rallying cries for this campaign will be, let's clean Ghana together. So based on that, I want you to give us two closing thoughts, that if we are going to clean Ghana together, what should we get prepared for? Just to summarize everything you said. And by the way, May is a good month, because May is the number 5, and 5 stands for grace in the Bible. So you're going to get grace to make this thing work if it has never worked before. So sir, your closing thoughts.
Thank you very much. My closing thoughts to do with the fact that everybody in this country, we say everybody should put sun on deck. Okay. Let's all participate in this particular exercise.
Correct.
Because once you don't participate, then you are not helping the country, because you are part of generating the waste.
That is it.
So you should be part of managing the waste that is being generated.
Absolutely.
So let's all put our hands on deck.
Okay.
And let's be one another's keeper. If somebody is doing something that is not good, be able to tell him that no, what you've done is not good. Can you go back and pick it?
Fantastic.
The vehicles are main problems. People sit in vehicle, they eat something,
throw
it out. You are behind the vehicle, on your windscreen, it's there.
That's true.
It doesn't look good. Yeah. The vehicles, we've been talking to them. You can also always have a bin, a small bin in your car. Before you move the vehicle, you tell the people, when you eat something, I have a bin here, drop it in. When you get to the station, your mate will take it. And dump
even
it
on those VIP buses, you can have some small bins so that you don't leave it in the bus.
No, if you go out there, the bigger buses, they always bin.
Small receptacles.
Then you can always drop something. When it gets to his final destination, it's the responsibility of the driver and his mate to do this collection, but not to litter our streets and create.
Thank you so much, Mr. Akwete Samson. It's been an absolute revelation, and we'll be there to support you at the launch and do whatever it takes to make this a blinding success. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I wish you a good day, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Viewers, thank you for watching part 1 of Sanitation Titans. We'll come back to you very soon with part 2. Stay tuned.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. With MNC Properties, property sales, rentals, and management is a walk in the park. We believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 to 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We offer flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs, plus litigation freelance in vibrant and upscale communities that presents the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 0302 551 917. MNC Properties, choice of class.
Divine Yao Aijwe is my name. I'm the director in charge of research, statistics, information management of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. As we await the big announcement in May 2025 of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on the need for National Sanitation Day and sustaining the process, we are hoping that Ghanaians together will help clean our homes and our environments for a better future for this country. Also preventing cholera and attracting the best tourist attraction to our beaches, because as I pass by, the deep blue sea is becoming brown. And as I travel to Lusaka, Zambia, I travel to Côte d'Ivoire, Abidjan, I travel to Abuja, Nigeria, I travel to Nairobi, Kenya. We can do better as Ghanaians. We need to clean our environment so that we can also attract the best tourists to our beaches and earn some currency to improve our economy for the years to come. I hope that this call is a call to duty that will help cleaning our homes and then to our communities and to our cities and the whole country. I hope that this call will be heeded to help our country do better in the community of nations. Thank you.
Welcome back to part 2 of this fascinating episode of Sanitation Titans. And my guest for part 2 is arguing with me over Motown and Susek But it's okay. I won't say anything because the man, he looks like 35, but he says he has been in the game for 35 years. So, Mr. Kweku Kwanzaa, Head Environmental Health and Management at the Ministry, please tell us who you are and why you chose Sunyani Secondary School.
Thank you very much, and warm greetings to all of your viewers.
Thank you.
My name is Kweku Kwanzaa, as he has said. I've worked in this industry for 35 years. I started from Ministry of Health at the district level, was chasing diseases, and then came to Ministry of Local Government, and then Ministry of Local Government, and then came to Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, and now within the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. So that's a bit about me, and I went to one of the best secondary schools in Ghana with the motto, Mimanti Enyaminti. It means that it's not just about us, it's about our country, Ghana. And for me, that is the fire that should burn in everybody's heart, especially when we are coming to talk about sanitation.
Okay. So how do you look 35 for 35 years? What is the grace of God?
By all means, it's not about doing.
Okay. Okay. So this National Sanitation Day was there about 9-10 years ago. It's been brought back. And we've been told that the president himself launched it in conjunction with the sector minister. From your own perspective, what do you think the president and the minister's vision is for this campaign? And what are your thoughts there?
Great. One of the most beautiful practical definition of sanitation that I've come across for the last 3 decades was coined by WHO in 1993. It says that sanitation is a way of life. It is the quality of living that is expressed in clean home, clean neighborhood, and clean community.
Indeed.
And being a way of life, it must come from within the people, and that's where my emphasis is. It must come from within the people. Okay. And there's no way you want to force sanitation on people. It must come from within the people.
Indeed.
With this, I think one of the biggest vision of the president, and for that matter, our sector minister, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, is the fact that he wants to see clean, safe, and healthy Ghana. Clean, safe, and healthy Ghana. Once we are able to achieve this, it has direct impact on health. I mean, I told you I started from health and understand the relationship between health and sanitation. Close to 65% of our reasons why people go to our OPDs is as a result of sanitation-related diseases. And we cannot run away from that. It has impact on education, direct. This is not indirect, direct impact on education. It has impact on tourism. It has impact on the environment, the entire environment that we want to sustain and maintain. Sanitation has direct impact on the environment. It has impact on the local economic development. Local economic development. And for me, I use this example. The watcher seller at the roadside, if it's not able to give you good, wholesome food, and you go and eat, and the next day you get sick, and God forbid you die, he has lost a customer.
Correct.
And therefore, you will not get the same money that or profit that she was getting.
Indeed.
So it has direct impact. Direct impact on the local economy, because when our markets and our cities are dirty, especially the market, even if the revenue collectors go to that market to collect revenue, people are not motivated to pay.
That's correct.
They will complain. Some will dodge. Some will find a way of ensuring that they will not pay.
That's correct.
So it has direct impact on our local economic development. So if something has that kind of linkages and direct impact, then we should see it as a very, very powerful drivers that build the national economy. Just to also add that, in 2 years ago, NDPC, National Development Planning Commission, did some studies, and they wanted to know which of the SDGs, 17 SDGs, is interlinked. The motive is that which of them, when we are able to achieve, we'll be able to support achieving the others.
Absolutely.
And the sanitation came on top.
Really? As
Out
a key
of the
pillar.
145 indicators that are found in the 17 SDGs,
Yes.
close to 139 are linked to sanitation.
Really?
Linked to sanitation.
That's a
so
lot.
it's so powerful.
Yes.
So in the wisdom of His Excellency the President and our Honorable Minister, it's appropriate to call back the National Sanitation Day. At those times, we saw improved communities.
Yes.
We saw that the community's participation spirit and commitment towards the environment has gone up.
Yes.
We saw beautiful cities. I mean, we saw that the community themselves are becoming pleased to the environment.
That's correct.
For example, if I'm supporting cleaning this area and I see somebody dumping something, I'll go all the way out to make sure that the person picks.
That's true.
So automatically we have put the community people in charge of our environment. So that means that the assemblies will not have to be doing a lot of putting in a lot of energy to be able to achieve clean environment. So that's what we saw back in 2014 when the President was in the seat, and also the current Chief of Staff was then the Minister for Local Government and Rural Development. We achieved a lot. So it's proper for us to bring back what we've been able to achieve, because you don't change the winning team.
That's true.
Once you've been able to win something around it, it's proper for them to bring back. So we're happy, the sector people are happy that we've been able to bring back the national sanitation.
You know, 4 years ago, I was sitting in Kigali, Assistant Vice Chancellor, University of Kigali, and I think I mentioned this, and you were nodding like you're nodding right now, and I said we have the car-free day, and on Saturdays, beyond I think 10 a.m. in the morning, last Saturday of every month, no car moves, and we all sort of go around and say, I can tell you, my flat was close to the university. I used to jog every morning, walk to work. No litter anywhere. I mean, it's not even a discussion. Like, and I remember I took a picture once and put it on Facebook. Like, oh, wow, is that the street in front of you? So I think there are some success stories in some parts of Africa where, at least in the capital cities, we can sort of look to push for that kind of cleanliness. So I'm sure we can have a lot of innovative things to do in Ghana as well.
Sure.
So about this campaign, you are going to be partnering with ESPA and some private sector entities as well. Tell me why private sector participation also matters in getting good outcomes.
Great. You know, within the environmental sanitation space, according to our 2010 environmental sanitation policy, we have ceded 80% of the services to the private sector. In the wisdom of the framers of this policy, we thought that the private sector has what it takes to be able to handle waste, support us in terms of equipment, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the vehicle and the personnel to be able to support us, collect, transport, and dispose of waste. And back in 2009, when we started looking at 1999, when we started looking at our very first policy, the thinking came, we were able to hammer it and reinforce it in the 2010 environmental sanitation policy. And luckily, what we see around for the private sector to, on their own, go for loan and build, a very expensive capital-intensive infrastructure, is as a result of giving sort of expression in our policy that the private sector has close to 80% of a role to play. It tells you that there's no way we can do NSD without the private sector participation. And they have done a lot. They've shown the way. They have given us a lot of successes. So it's only proper that we bring them. And without missing words, Zoomlion Ghana Limited has been one of the champions and very iconic waste management partners in Ghana, even in Africa. And therefore, it's proper for us to bring all private sector people to support us on this National Sanitation Day. It's not only the private sector, we are also anchoring the whole NSD around the chiefs and our traditional religious leaders. You know, if you look at the statistics, every village has at least a small chief or a chief. And therefore, it's also not coincidence for His Excellency the President to now bring chieftaincy and religious affairs to be part of the Ministry of Local Government. It tells us that he wants us to work closely He wants us to have easy access to our chiefs and our religious leaders. So these are very good resources for us as a nation to be able to explore and also ask them to support us. And the thinking of the government is that they can even want to relax the law a bit to give some powers to the chiefs to be able to call people to order when they are doing something in their cities. That would be very beautiful. Okay. So the chiefs will be part, the religious leaders will be part. I mean, if you look at the statistics, the 2021 PSC, Population and Housing Census report, I mean, close to almost 75% plus are Christians. The Christendom alone is picking that population. Our brothers and sisters in Islam are taking another chunk. So if you bring these two religions alone, we are talking over 80%.
That's correct.
So you are targeting the imams, you are targeting the pastors, you are targeting the traditional leaders, queen mothers, the opinion leaders in community to support us with this agenda. And I can assure you that you fall within one or
the other, absolutely.
Of the other.
Absolutely.
So for me, it is everybody's responsibility, and everybody means everybody.
But in particular respect to the Christians, you know, Sunday is Palm Sunday. Yeah. Then next week, I think it becomes Good Friday.
Sunday, yes.
Then we have Easter Sunday. Yes. Then we have Easter Monday. Yeah. So I think there's a desire to push and start now, so that, you know, if we are partnering with maybe a Just Point, a Zoom Lion, we can get volunteers from their side to actually go. We can write to pastors, and I think the ministry is committed to doing that already. Exactly. So how do we take advantage of the Easter season to maybe start an initial push in anticipation of the May launch? Because that will certainly happen in May. So what are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, it's interesting to know that Honorable Minister has already started engaging the Christendom, Islam. He went to the chief imam. Excellent. He went to the Ahmadiyya. Correct. He met a number of leadership of Christian Council, the Ghana Pentecostal Council. So the negotiation and the discussion has already started.
It's rolling.
And we need to partner with media once again, because the media is a very key member of our efforts in trying to achieve clean environment. There's no way we can really do it alone. So we have stretched our tentacles to bring everybody around the corporate Ghana, everybody to really participate in this. So it's a good thing to use the Easter as an entry to really push it. Because one of the things that you always find in the Quran and also in the Bible is the fact that at least cleanliness is next to godliness.
It's everywhere.
And there's no way you can really miss these two in these two good books. So you want to take that advice and start pushing it around this time, but we need the media support to be able to do that more effective manner.
Even though we need a lot of people, what special message do you have for the youth in particular? Because the youth are very powerful now. If one young person with 100,000 followers on TikTok decides that we are all cleaning Ghana, say we can have a fire in this country. So for the youth in particular, what special word can you give them?
Yes.
To push them.
Yes. Once again, the statistics are quoted tells us that we have more youth than our generation. And therefore, they are the people who carry the message.
They do.
And when it comes to cleaning, they have the energy, they have the power to be able to come out in their numbers to support us cleaning. Those of us, like our age, you'll be following. When within 3, 4, 10 minutes, you are tired already.
Looking for water.
Yes. The young people will go the extra mile to be able to achieve that. So as part of our strategic sustainability plan, we have indicated how you want to involve the youth through their various social media, and have bloggers and have influencers, have champions among the youth to be able to lead this charge. And I think we've started talking to some of them as fast as our minister is and knowing the vision and the load of work that he has, he has started engaging the youth already. So you don't have to wait for minister to reach you. You can come and then reach out to us and let us involve you. There are a lot of youth groupings that are already doing the cleaning. That's true. And without mentioning some of them, singling out some of them, they are doing very, very, very well. They are doing very, very well. So there's a need for us to really bring all of them. So the youth, the future belongs to you. So you don't need to wait for asked to call you, but started doing something in your own corner, throw it onto the social media, send a message wide and deep, let everybody know what is happening and the vision of His Excellency, the President, the Minister, and the entire ministry, so that at least people will come out to participate in this NSD.
The Sanitation Sustainability Plan has something around rankings in order to promote healthy competition, get people to do more. So what are your thoughts about this district by district rankings, and what do you think the effect will be on the overall outcomes?
It will work like magic. We've been there before, where back in 2014, as part of the introduction of the National Sanitation Day, we went the extra mile to do the overall ranking. And it was so interesting that whenever we released the results, some chief executives started receiving warnings from the indigents who themselves who are the districts, who don't stay in the district but rather work in other places, and they go there. They started receiving a lot of warning. In fact, it got to a time when the pressure, they wanted to pile up the pressure on us. And they said, no, we have not done anything, so up your game. Yes. And truly, it brought a lot of competitive competition healthy competition among the various districts. And everybody was striking to move up. We were even calling it a Clean Ghana race, where you do a race, publish it in the dailies, and you see that your district is at last. Yeah. And then your indigents will start putting pressure on you. So it's a social pressure. They will put pressure on us. The citizens also want, should be able to enjoy cleanliness, to be able to enjoy health, to be able to enjoy education. So therefore, they will also put the pressure on you. So for me, it's one of the powerful tools to use as a way of sustaining these cleanup campaigns.
Let me give you one economic implication. So my friend who's the new CEO of GIPC, he was my student about 20 years ago. He was telling me that he wants to start doing internal mapping of investment opportunities inside. Great. So he will do maybe a regional mapping, district mapping. I think these sorts of indicators will also help in terms of attracting people to cleaner areas. So it will be your interest to have a region that is clean. Wonderful. Because if we report that in a GIPC document, I think it's a plus. Or what do you think?
Sure. Yes. I mean, earlier on, I made a statement like sanitation impacts on the economy. That's the local economic development. If you want to develop the local economy, then one of the key indicators that will be a sort of a magnetic attraction to the investors is sanitation, clean environment. So there's no way you can run away from that. And I feel I'll be interested in knowing exactly what they are trying to do.
Yes. And there are implications for tourism as well, isn't it?
Exactly. Okay. And without giving direct examples, look at our beaches. I mean, the beach from Kita to Azim, and then look at how some are clean, some are not clean, and look at the way they attract tourists to the place. People drive all the way to a certain beach, so many miles, 2-3 hour journey to a certain beach just to enjoy 2-3 days.
That's true.
And do we know the impact on the local economy?
That's true.
For 1-2-3 people driving all the way to your beach and spend 2-3 days in your town, that's true. It has a lot of impact. And crucially linked to that is the fact that whilst they are there, they also want to taste the local street foods.
Yes.
And that has a lot of impact on the watcher seller at the corner. I've been giving the watcher example because I like watching.
I noticed. I noticed, yes. You give a lot of watchers. I noticed. Okay, so by the end of the first 12 months of this campaign, what would you love to see? What would your minister love to see? What kind of KPIs would have been made that would totally excite you?
Yeah, we want to see Ghanaians willingly coming out, so whether it is National Sanitation Day or not, willingly come out, improve in behavior change. You see, when people's behavior changes, everything, it affects virtually everything. You don't need people to police and then use a whip on people to come out to clean. I want to see that because it has happened before between 2014, 1st September when we launched the very first one, up to the time December 2016, We achieve a lot by putting some rigid and rigorous behavior, attitude of the people, and they were able to come out. It went further, even in 2017, 2018, when officially we were not doing it. Some assemblies were still organizing the cleanup campaigns. It tells you that when we build behavior change, it affects a lot of. So I want to see good behavior. I want to see cleaner cities, and cleaner cities impact on health. And I want to reiterate the point that it impacts on health. It impacts on a number of things. And once they clean city, we have our cities very beautiful, aesthetically beautiful and clean. Then there's a need. Then it will have a lot of advantages to attract whoever to come and invest in our cities as well. I also want to see that at least our water bodies have some rest, as it were. Some of the waste are getting close into our water bodies, be the oceans, be the rivers, and small water bodies in our communities. They are receiving a lot of waste. And MOFA 3 years ago told us that now the farmers are catching more plastics than fishes. And it tells you that our oceans are receiving a lot of our waste. So maybe I want to see cleaner oceans that will eventually also sort of connect and attract tourists to our various water bodies to enjoy themselves, and also the citizenry also enjoying themselves. For me, it's about getting our cities clean, which also will improve the health of the people. I mean, cholera is just around the, we have just almost getting to the end of a phase of a cholera outbreak in Ghana. And what is the cause? It's about throwing refuse around and throwing feces around without indiscriminately. How do we really ensure that? So I want to see this to impact on the indices of the health sector, to tell us that maybe the number of diarrhea-related diseases have gone down, and it works like magic. If you are referred back to some of the indices we had in 2014 to 2016, you see that these diarrhea diseases-related diseases were down. So therefore, it's doable. When we do it, it's be able to really push the health indices down. More children will go to school because there will be opportunity for them to stay in school, not to go to school and within an hour they run back home and say they are coming to ease themselves or they are coming to do what. So a lot of things can happen within that space. And in the next 4 years, I want to see this doable within 4 years.
You know, Paul said in the Bible that, follow me as I follow Christ. So we also need leaders to model proper waste behavior. Or what I'm saying, that if, for instance, you want a hotel to promote national sanitation, the general manager, him or herself, must be a model of what you want to see. So I would like us to start closing by you to discuss how to model good behaviors. I don't know, is that important or not? I just feel like it's important.
Yes, behavior is about everything. Behavior is about everything. And leadership, by example, works better than
leadership by instruction.
By instruction. And I used to, there was a pastor in my hometown who would tell you that don't don't follow what I'm doing, but rather follow what I tell you to do. It doesn't work. Okay. It does not work. Okay. So we want to appeal to all leaders to be able to model their behavior in such a way that at least their followers will surely emulate them. And when we talk about leadership, we have a corporate Ghana, a whole beautiful leadership of corporate Ghana who have gone through the brain to get to where they are. So their behavior around sanitation. I mean, if you just take a gum, you don't pick it and throw it outside. You don't throw refuse from your moving vehicle. I mean, these are simple and straightforward behavior that will let your followers also do same. Our pastors, you know, I mean, look around your own church. Have you been able to provide a little facility for waste to be collected even during church services?
Yes.
I mean, do you have a urinal? Do you have some toilet facilities for your congregation when they come to church? These are simple things that you have to do to be able to imbibe into your congregation the good behavior change. Our brothers and sisters in Islam, I mean, imams. I mean, what else can you do? What I like about the Islam religion is the fact that, I mean, cleanliness is something that they do often. You clean your hands, you wash before, you do ablution before you go and pray to the Almighty Allah. So these are some of the things we can imbibe in our followers. Our traditional leaders, people watch us from all angles. I mean, how do you keep behavior so that others will from afar see you and say they want to model it? We have a community in Central Region where when you get to the community, the environment alone will intimidate you. The environment alone will intimidate you. So it's by leadership. And the chief himself has really taken it upon himself and ensure that there's no way you can come to that town and do what you want. You cannot dump refuse on the ground. A small child will embarrass you. So these are some of the models we want to see in our leaders, our ministers, our chief executives who are coming to position. Please let us model such a behavior in such a way that others will follow us.
Thank you so very much, my friend from Sunyani Secondary School, with the excellent motto, Uncle Kweku Kwanzaa, Head of Environmental Health and Management at the Ministry. Thank you for coming on Sanitation Titans. And we are going to start now. So Easter is our time. And when it's time for the launch, please invite us. We'll come and support. And together, we'll create a Ghana.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me. And continue the good fight. We'll surely win this fight.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good day. So thank you for watching this special edition of Sanitation Titans. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
Titans and Trailblazers is brought to you by the MNC Group.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
To the Metro Quiz Show, and in case you just joined us, this is the maiden show, and we're going to start with round one. But before that, we're going to get to know our contestants. Two people are going to battle this round, and we're going to find out who is going to be the winner. And it's a lot of money to to go away with. We're going to get to know them. And hello to you. What is your name and what is your occupation?
I'm Gabriel Tekomex. I'm actually a student of the University of Ghana.
All right, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And then how about you?
I'm Samuel Furiampao, an astute journalist.
An astute journalist. All right, so the two of you, you're all welcome.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, so you all have 10 seconds to answer a question. Are you ready?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Very ready.
All right, so we are good to go. Our contestants are ready. And I'm going to start with Samuel. Samuel, who was the